What about tonight? Golf 4 Zulu, Charlie Golf. What about Golf 4 Zulu, Charlie Golf?
Hello, Sally. I'll be on in a bit later, okay? And me. Leaving to a CW.
Hang on a minute, Fred. Well, John, thanks very much for the good report. I hope you're coming back on Charlie Whiskey, and you know and everything's good here, there's no problem. There's a few others on, so I bet you can hear me anyway now. You've realised I haven't come back on the key. So, you better pop yourself up, all your mates are waiting for you.
Yeah, very good. It's, you notice I said what Tony, me lad.
Come again, John?
I said, did you notice I said, how are you? Good evening, Tony, me lad.
Yeah, me lad, I didn't think I was so young.
Yeah. What did you think of the game?
Well, I'll have to confess, I watched the first 15, 25 minutes and I got fed up of it. Backwards and forwards, passing it here and passing it there. And I switched it back on about midway through the second half and they scored 2 goals and never seen them.
Well, I couldn't have done that. Fancy doing things like that. Eric, well, good job, Eric. Never watched you do that. He'd hit you with a stick.
No, but Fred tells me I'm to watch it in the morning.
Ah.
Are you, Fred?
What are you about, Eric?
I'm sure you heard Fred on. He said something just as you come on. I said, hang on a minute, Fred. I just listen to this Charlie Whiskey, you know, listening to what you were sending. And of course, I knew it was you. If it was anybody else, I'd have said sod it, like, you know. And then Mike called in, Mike from Manchester, and he said, I'll be back in a minute, but I'm sure I heard Fred. I could have been wrong.
No, I never heard him, of course, but I came back to you. Yeah, you did. Fred was on. He said that you were listening to the CW. I was sending the CW.
Yeah.
Yes, hello, Mike. No, that was me sending the CW, but... Are you there, Fred? Because I got a message.
I'm sure I heard him, and I said to him, he said something, and I said, just hang on a second, just see who's this on Charlie Whiskey, and as soon as because that guy was on SSB, and I didn't switch back, like, of course you could hear it on here, and as soon as you started, I knew right away before he gave you a call sign, you went where, and so I listened to what you were saying, and the next minute he'd gone. Okay then, well, is it a general message, or is it just for Fred?
No, it was for the group, really. Eric, Fred, you, and anybody else, and Mike, of course. David phoned me to Dave in Wales. Because I told you I rung him the day prior, and he rung me today to send all his regards to everybody. And a brief outlining what happened. He said him and his wife both had a cold and thought nothing of it. And a few days later, of course, the cold died away as they normally do, and he spit up some blood, Dave did, and he thought, oh, look at this. So he went to A&E, as you probably know, and they said that he got pneumonia, as you know about that, of course. Well, of course, they kept him in, and they'd done some more tests, and then, as you heard, of course, he got, the doctor come to him and said, oh, during your test, you've also got COVID, so he had a double-header, didn't he? Now, his wife's been in and out the hospital. No problem, her cold's gone, and she's had no problem, so whether he caught the COVID in the hospital or somewhere else, that's, we don't know, but anyway, he's at home now, and his chest is still a bit sore, as I said the day before, but he did answer me today and phoned me and told me to tell you everything what's happened and give you send his regards to you all.
It's bad enough. It's bad enough having a dose of pneumonia without having that bloody Chinese flu as well, isn't it?
Well, it is, yes, and so he doesn't know where and what, but of course he did stop in a pal of his while the work was going on. His pal's got an holiday home. Dave said, I can stop there for a while, which he did. And then he thought, well, and he went to the hotel, stopped in an hotel for a bit, and then went back to the Ronda, so he could have bought it in any of them places, of course, or even big builders, I should imagine, but so at the moment he's in the Ronda, and his wife's running the show at the builders, but not there. She's in the Ronda with him, but she's phoning him up, giving him a rollicking and telling him what to do. Dave said, I think they're all a bit frightened of her.
Oh, dear. Well, if he's, I don't suppose he's even listening, but let's hope he gets right quick, you know. What's happened, all that messing about with cottage and what have you, and that coming on top of it. It's all the same with trouble, we all know it. And if it happens like there's always one disaster after another. It seems to come at once, doesn't it?
Well, have you ever noticed there's always disasters at Christmas, and normally three. There's normally three disasters.
Yeah. I'm not going to say anything, John.
Well, there's already been an earthquake, hasn't there? And then you've got the volcano exploded again after so many 100 years.
Did you get that email I sent you?
Yes, from Neil, yes. It's, well, funny enough, the statistics was on the television tonight, wasn't they? I think it's the most popular, or the most immigrants is Polish, then Syrians or Romanians, that's the next, then the Indians, then the Irish. They've been knocked off the third spot. And I think the last one was the Italians, so there's the four who's... overall, of course, I think he was something like, well, there's 2 or 3 towns where they've overtook, as you know.
I'd always known about Leicester being highlight, but 50-odd% Asian population, that's not counted. I don't think that counts the rest. So if you get the Poles and all the other people, it makes us a bit of a minority, doesn't it? As he said, like old Enoch, with his crystal ball, we'll become a minority in our own country.
Well, it's only certain towns, of course. I think it's still 81%, but it's for us. But I think if you look at the towns and look at the way it's going, I think you probably heard Eric once say, as old as we are and what have you, we think, they were talking about the old days being a bit rough, but if you think about it, I think we've seen the best times, you know. I think if you admit it, I was away a lot, but normal type of people, if they lived through the 60s and the 70s and the 80s, I think they've had quite a good time.
Without a doubt, when you think with grandparents' time and with parents' time in 1930s and what have you, 20s and 30s and depression and what have you, you know, we've been bloody lucky, really, our generation, you know. Most of us have bought our own houses and what have you, and brought a family up, and we had to work, of course, but I think it was much harder pre-40, and of course there were very few people, weren't there, that owned their own houses in 30s and 40s per percentage of population. Everybody were rented, didn't they? And then now, since then, like these youngsters these days, unless they're earning 100 grand a year, they can't think about buying an house.
Well, that's right, and of course that was your target then, wasn't it? But it's, okay, Kerry, it's, oh, lovely. Oh, that's Kerry's just come and give me a one. What's this then? Oh, for the English back she just said, she just gave me a great big number of whiskey. That's very nice.
Oh, very well. Good evening. She's listening. Good evening, Kerry. Hope you're well.
A smile.
Yeah.
Lovely smile she just gave you there.
Oh, very nice, very nice. I bet I've never heard anybody talk like that. Hey, by gum, lass, giving the granddad a whiskey. By God, they're a good laugh.
She's up from London for a bit, only for a few days, but she just bought an house down there now. Funny enough, I mentioned to Fred, didn't I, that solicitor from Pratt's Lane, as he said, in Redditch. Well, I don't know if he comes under Redditch or Studland, but Studley, but Kelly's bought an house with, she's got she's my solicitor, but she's got a place in, where Eric's family came from, or where some of them live now. The other borough, of course. It's, anyway, she got their offices are there, and her daughter, the barrister, and she lives. Oh, okay. She lives. They've both bought an house together down in London.
Yeah. Oh well, I think she's the one that's working down there, isn't she?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. Well, I'm sure it's a far better investment than renting a place down there. God only knows how much a place would cost to rent, you know. So it's probably the best thing to do.
Sutton Coalfield, I was thinking about. She's just told me that's where the the solicitor's offices are, but she did live where me and Fred was discussing the other day, so... Anyway, so she's up for a few days, but... of course, she's the daughter of John, and my youngest son, she said don't mention it. Okay, I won't mention it.
My youngest lad, who's here like 25% of his time, at the moment he's gone off to this about for the third or fourth time this year here. He's on holiday, he's in Cape Verde at the moment. So there we are. I'll tell you what, slightly changing the subject tonight, I thought, you know, that 80-metre aerial, I'm not joking, it's working a dream for a single vertical. It's a bit short, as I said, about 7 or 8 foot shorter than normal, with a tap coil on the bottom. I went on that on 80 metres tonight, and I thought there's nobody about these days, do all an FT8 and what have you. But I thought I'll put a couple of calls out and see what comes up. And when I looked at the where I was getting into, I was getting into China, right? 8 dB on the one in China, and I was hitting halfway across the States, and there was still an hour and a half of daylight, you know, before, you know, so it's grey line. I was well to the side of grey line. I think, by God, you know, when you put a CQ call like that, you think the band is dead, and not a soul comes back. And at one time, you'd have had a bit of a pile-up.
Yes, well, you see, you're talking about that vertical being short. Well, it won't like that. That won't, it probably might, it's not really short, is it? It's still a good length. And the most important thing with that, you've got good ground, number one. Good location, as you know, because you've got seawater when the tides are in your location. As you've already said, you've only got to put a spade in and it fills up as the tide comes in. Plus your wonderful ground system. So really, if somebody put a full vertical up with 3 or 4 radials, it wouldn't match yours because you've got the perfect condition for it.
It's a pity. The problem is I'm too near the town. I'm not at the, you know, and it's a pity really that the receive reception is not as good. It's not on par with the transmit, you know. And I've tried a few different things, but it is part because you can't listen on the bloody vertical. Sorry, you can't listen on the vertical because it's noisy. Because it's always at least 9, you know. That's the main problem, and I've got to, you know, I'm using that well-booked loop's all right, like, you know, but it's a sort of, how can I put it? It's an adjustable spanner. You know, it does everything reasonable, but doesn't do one thing well.
Yes, well, that's, no matter where you was with, it's very rare if you was in the location. Any location with, any location with it, if you're using the vertical, it's going to be noisy. And your compromise, of course, is the inverted L, what you've used anyway. But that'll still be noisy unless you extend the top more. So but it's the same as if you get a dipole or an end thread at halfway. Either end thread or a proper dipole, in other words. There's no difference in the actual half-wave end thread. You'll transmit exactly the same, probably, as a half-wave dipole, depending on heights and all that. But the problem is, again, it'll be noisy next to the dipole.
I suppose, as I said, you know, unless you're on some Pacific island with no noise and you're aerial in the sea, like, you know, there's always compromises. I'll just have a check if Mike's come back. Are you still about, Mike? Mike called in. I don't know what happened, and Fred's not gone.
Yeah, I'm still
they
here.
both called in.
On the 50-yard line,
I'll just have, hang on, I just want to look. No, I'm not full of scabs or anything.
Still there, Mike? Is he just spoke? Yeah, I'm still here, Tony. I'm just sitting on the 50-yard line. I don't want to, because John's not very strong with me, so I don't want to jump in while you're chatting. Oh, hang on, then I'll see if I can alter that for you.
Strong with me?
Yeah, but I've got a load of noise, Tony. Don't forget, I'm nearly 20 over 9 noise here.
Oh, bloody hell, that thing. Good God, you.
Oh, you're 5'9" plus 20 with me, Mike.
You get that? Mike?
You hear me now, surely? Yeah, I got it. But, like you say, I've got 20 over 9 noise, John. So, you could be 25 over 9 and still sound like a weak signal, if you understand. That's not a problem I've got. I've got all sorts of clacking noises. On my rig at the moment, if you saw all the fiddling about I've got with noise reduction, notch filters, space filters, APX, I'm fiddling about with all of them to try and get the best sound, so I think you understand the problem. Of course I do, yes. It's, if you're in a location with that type of noise, you should have told me before, and I'd have altered things a bit, but, I was only running about 50 watts to Tony, of course, and he always, you know, can hear me, so no problem, but let's hope that's a little bit better for you, and, yeah, have you tried a loop there, Mike? Well, I'll tell you what signal strength you are. The noise is 20 over 9, and you're putting the needle about halfway between 20 and 30. Well, my aerial system here is an 80-meter loop, full wave loop, but I open it up for top band because it won't load up on 160 without opening up, so it's a bit like a dipole, but a low impedance dipole, if you understand. I know exactly what you're doing. It's I used to do one with a relay, and I used to just knock the relay off. But also, one time I had one with a mercury switch on, you know, and I used to, Eric will remember that one that I had there. I was doing all tests. And I used to just, and I had a lavatory chain hanging down off a bit of rope, and I used to pull that. Everybody used to laugh about it when they came down the garden at once where I was at this particular place. And I used to say, well, hang on, I'm just going to pull the lavatory train to go on 160. Yep. They all got a bit of a push on, did they? Yeah. Sometimes it was a shit signal, Mike. Yeah. I understand, but I've got to the point now where it's a special event going out in the freezing cold and having to open up the wire, you know, to open up the loop, and then I've got to come in and put the 160-meter coil in the ATU, and all the fiddling about tuning and tapping the coils and all that. It's I'd rather just sit on the 50-yard line here and listen to you all. Yes, well, I got it, Tony. If you go to the farm shop, if you get, you know the electric fences, they do a relay on the electric fences, and I'll tell you what, the spacing are marvellous on them, and it's ideal for that job, because if you put that relay in a very light wire connection to it, that's marvellous. You can switch it from your shack there. Yeah, don't worry, I've thought about it many times. I've got some vacuum relays here that come out of an ex-military bit of kit, not aerial changeover relays, but an enormous thing that'll take about 20 kV at about 10,000 amps, if you understand. I've I've wondered what to do with them for a long time, but the spacing's only about 1,000th of an inch when it opens and closes, you know, because they vacuum. But I just muddle along, if you understand.
Yeah, but them electric fence things, you see, they're very light. If you look at, I've just have a nose and you'll see they're so light as well. You can put them up in the air and there's no weight on them at all. Whereas what you're talking about, that's an heavy device.
Yeah, it's not only heavy, it's also a bit delicate as well, you know, with being in the glass, because there's cats mooching about here. It's like being in blinking the Serengeti round here, because there's a woman got loads of cats, and they're all over the place, and you know what the damage they can do when they want to.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
All right, Gento.
Just thinking, you know, you could make, if you rather than go outside, you know, you could design some sort of a box with a bloody spring inside and a couple of connectors and a cord on it, and you pull it and with a bit of a weight or something, you know. I think I once made one myself. But talking about them mercury switches, you probably know it, John, but certainly Michael know it. We had a contractor firm I worked for. We originally Atomic Energy place, you know, near Warrington there, right? And as it expanded over the years, it was one of the, I think it was probably one of the biggest ammunition dumps during war. Acres and acres of brick buildings about 10, 15 foot high, about 30 foot long and about 20 foot wide, with a concrete roof on. And on three sides they were surrounded by a big mound of earth. And as the factory expanded, I used to go in and demolish these and level all this earth off around them. And I found about I found about 6 of them mercury tilt switches, but I wasn't into amateur radio and I didn't know what to do with them, you know, at that time, you know, so but I know what you mean.
Yes, because his loop, you see, Mike's loop will be very good once he closes that loop up on 80 metres and 40. It'll be an excellent aerial, but of course you're pushing it, of course, on 160, but to make it easy running out, it depends where your shack is. You're in a lucky position. Well, not lucky, because you've actually designed it to be where it is, so probably if you put a dipole up, you'd probably be in the centre of the aerial, or you could do it that way, but and I've often wondered why you don't put a dipole up, but of course you've got receive aerials anyway, haven't you? But a dipole, of course, would work, even a very low one would work very better for you on this band. Talking locally like we do, you know, from past anyway, that's don't go into all that, you know it also. But what I told you about Dave, Tony, remember what I said, don't get the message wrong, because when Eric and Fred are on, unless they've been listening, and of course Mike probably couldn't hear me, and because of the low power I was running, so I'm not about on there on, just let them know the message, so let Mike know as well.
Roger, no problem.
Okay, he just bought me another one, she noticed, so I'll wallop that down quick.
And there's no, what I'm worried about is Alan. The absolutely, it's not like, you know, they've known for, 5 days now, and I presume that Dave's not, won't restate to his health like and what have you, but I don't know if he's had any contact with, probably don't, he's not well enough to go phoning people or what have you. But Alan seems to have just disappeared off the scene altogether. Nev is more or less pretty touched from what I feel with Anne. you know, with messages and things. But where Alan was, it sounds a bit bad.
Well, funny enough, I did discuss this with Dave. I did tell him, because he'd heard nothing from Nev, but I did tell him, I reported what Fred and Anne had told us, so he got that news. But as regards Alan, he knew nothing about it. He said, I keep trying to get in touch with nothing's happening. I can't get no answer from him.
I've got an update.
Because we're in contact all the time normally, but and I've been for years, of course. But so I might, if I'm over that way, I might make a trip. Unless he's listening. If he is listening, he can save me a trip because I know where he is. That funny enough, talking about solicitors. I've got another solicitor who does property, and he lives in Allen's Road. He's about halfway, he's about 40 houses away from Allen, so when I go over to see him, normally I always pass Allen's house. If I don't hear nothing, I shall give him a call, and if I don't hear nothing then I shall go and bang his door.
Mexico 1 Echo uniforms. I've got an update on Alan.
Oh, very good, Tony. Go ahead.
Okay, I'll give Alan a call this afternoon on the phone. When he answered, he really sounded poorly, really poorly. I got on to him there a few days ago about going to see the doctor. The doctors, instead of the doctor turning up and coming to see him, which I would have expected, they sent him a text message, the doctor's surgery did, and he was supposed to go to the doctors today. But Alan was in no shape to go to the doctors, and by the time he'd received the text message, that he'd noticed he'd got the text message, he couldn't make it there. Another local amateur that you guys might know, he's a friend of Alan's, I believe came round to see him, went up to the doctors, played lights out, and the doctor had a telephone conversation with him. But when I spoke to Alan on the telephone, he's blocked up, he hasn't been to the toilets for days. He's taking a lactulose type solution to free him up. But he physically, his voice on the phone, he sounded really crook. It didn't sound well at all. So the bloody doctor that he's got's a useless waste of time. You would expect, you've been an old chap that has been straight there straight away. But anyway, the doctor didn't show up. But he's not sounding well at all. He is eating a little bit, but he can't go to the loo. So I did try phoning Di as well this afternoon, but I didn't get any answer off Di's telephone. So I don't know how Di's doing. I believe he's out of hospital, but I haven't spoken to him. Back to you, Tom.
Yes, okay. Well, I've got the information on Di, of course, which Tony, if you're on a bit later, if I've gone, Tony's going to let all the other boys know, of course. So, but if I'm still on, I'll let you know in a little bit, but I don't want to keep repeating myself in case Tony's already heard it, and, well, Mike's probably hasn't, but I'll let you know in a bit about that. But as regards the doctors, I think they're using it as an excuse. In particular, we're not so bad here about being in a small village, of course, but Solihull in general, they're terrible. Since the COVID things, I'm sure that the doctors, because I had a row with one of the women, well, not a row, but I gave her she put the phone down on me because I said, you started to get on my nerves, and she said, what do you mean? I said, well, I'm going to find a job for you. And she said, well, what are you trying to say? And I said, well, I'm going to put you in charge of immigration. And she said, why? You know the way they talk, as though they think they know everything. And I said, because if you was in charge, nobody'd get in.
Yep.
Yeah. Something needs to be done, there's, I don't know why, if if his mate, who comes round, knows how bad it is, but you know how obstructless Alan can be, but something needs to be done, somebody needs to go down to that doctor's surgery and tell him to get out and see him and start sorting things out. If he's in as bad state as he is, it's going to be a disaster.
Well, Tony, you're saying this, but I'm going to say something now, and I don't care who's listening. As you get older, I wish Eric was on now because I'd like his opinion on this, but, well, you know yourself as you've got older. I'm sure they don't, once you hit a certain age, they don't really look after you the same as they do as a younger guy, or as I'm in a position I can pay, but I look at what's happening to people in the village, for instance, and I talk to some of the locals, the old age people I'm talking about now, and to try and get appointments with doctors, they're just a blinking joke, and I think it's all wrong that these people who they're just leaving by, it's as though you hit a certain age and they don't care. That's the opinion I'm starting to get.
That's what Alan needs an ambulance. What they want you to do, John, is to go into a nursing home or a healthcare home and spend all your money. That's what they want off you. They want your dosh off you while you're getting old and looking after you and giving you a meal a day and taking all your pension and everything else money off you and all that. That's what it is.
I think you're right, Mike, and I think that's quite true. Eric knows that poor lady who had a couple of houses next door, a few doors away, he was in control. Well, his wife was in control of.
She come out of hospital for she shouldn't have been there anyway, but she come out and a week afterwards she went down with some dreaded illness, and that was the end of her virtue. She only lasted another 12 months. But soon as she come out of convalescence in the geriatric ward of the hospital, she was 85. They were already prepared to go into a nursing home, and how the finances were going to be done and everything. So I know the score.
Yes, well, Mike, I double slightly with, but of course I'm back, so. And I heard that you was there, but Eric had the same thing with a neighbour of his. He used to look after this old lady and Eric's wife, and Sheila, that's Eric's wife, looked after the finances and what have you, but they put her in an home, and it was amazing the amount of, the cost of it. It was, and that's all they were interested in, is money. If you think about it, an old person, an old lady.
The nursing home that got fixed up for my mother, it was £1,644 a month. And that's if you can afford to pay. If you've got a house and all that, or you're paying for the rest of your life. But she would have been sharing that place with people who didn't have anything, who were being paid for by the social.
Right, and the problem is, you think of an old lady, they don't eat a lot, do they? They sleep most of the time. Don't hardly have any visitors, which luckily enough this lady did, because Eric used to visit her, and I think he was the only one who could get through to her, but it's, that's all, that side of it, all they're interested in is money.
Well, you look at all these nursing homes that have sprung up for looking after old people in the last 30 years or so, and that'll give you the answer. And if you're lucky who owns them, you'll get another shot.
You give everybody here, Mike, a lot to look forward to.
Well, there's no way I'm going in a nursing home.
Those old doctors and what have you, and what they had to, when they passed, they had to swear the Hippocratic oath, hadn't they? I swear by the God of Apollo I will do my utmost to heal and help people. And free me and none nor sorrow, I will do no harm to anybody. You know, they don't go by these days, do they?
I think somebody in the nursing house trying to get in touch with you, Tony. Well, it's swallowed at that.
Well, they've just said today, announced the results that this country now, the Christian part of this country is now in a minority.
Oh, it's not, no. Oh, Christianity, yes.
There's 46.5% of people admit to being Christians.
Until they're hanging off the side of this ship or they're waiting for a medic on the battlefield, then they start talking about God.
Yeah, it'll come back again, you know. It'll come back when they start feeding the Christians to the lions.
My pole's no good in the desert, Tony.
Man, yeah. Good God, like, I would, if they were feeding me to lions, you know, I'd wait while they get Boris because they won't be hungry after that.
Which Boris are you talking about? You mean the ex-Prime Minister?
Yes, Mike.
Which Boris are you talking about?
There's only one Boris can feed a dozen lions, isn't there, John?
Yes, but Mike said, was you thinking about the ex-Prime Minister?
No. Just a little private joke on here, like. He calls me a scrawny, what's his name, and I call him a fat pig.
Anyway, Tony.
Oh, right, it's somebody that's on this group. I'm with you. I've got it now.
Tony Dougley, you still there?
Yes, here, John.
Nobody's going to come in there because I was waiting for Fred or Eric, so obviously they're not. They're bound to be listening, but David phoned me. He told me the full story that they both had a cold, him and his missus, and the cold went, and then Dave coughed a bit. I'm going to say quickly, so you'll get the full gist from Tony, but he coughed a bit of blood up, went to the A&E, and they had him in immediately with pneumonia, whatever it is. And, all right, she keeps feeding me whiskey, my granddaughter. And whilst he was in there, they came back with some results and said that he got the Chinese thing, so he's got to stop in there a bit long, but he's back home now, feeling like his chest is still sore, but of course he was worried about Alan, which you know, and you've just given us the thing for that, so I'll let him know about that in the morning. But he hasn't been answering the phone to a lot of people, he said, because he felt too rough over.
Yep. He explained that to me the other day about the lung, and I knew that he was having trouble in talking.
Oh, well, you know all that. Anyway, he's a lot better today.
Good.
Oh, the whiskey's just arrived. She's a good girl, she is.
You used to say, you used to get what's known as double pneumonia, didn't you, when both lungs were infected?
Oh, well, I've just had another double whiskey.
Double whiskey? Like both that walked to the pub. Did you hear that one? It's an Howden, Mike. Mike?
Yeah, I'm still here. Go ahead.
Fellow walked in a pub and landlord says, he says, good afternoon, sir, what are you having? He said, I'll have a whiskey. And he puts his whiskey and fella down, and he says, bluff, and fella says, the landlord says, 2.5 be 7 shillings and 6pence. I'm going back a bit. He says, I'm not paying for that. He says, you asked me what I was having, I didn't order it. And Lord says, I'll tell you what, get out of this pub, he said, and I don't want to see you again. About a fortnight later, he walked to the pub, And lad knows, I tell you to get out of this pub, you won't pay for your whiskey. He says, I've never been in this pub in my life before. He said, I've just dropped the wife off in town to do a bit of shopping and I thought I'd have a drink. And lad Wood says to him, he says, I'm very sorry, I'm very sorry, sir, he said to him, you must have a double. He says, make it a whiskey.
I'm afraid, Tony, I was laughing already about 5 minutes before that come up because I heard Bernard Manning come out with that one.
Whereabouts are you, Mike, in Manchester?
I'm just down the road from junction 17 on the M60 motorway. If you know where, you probably know where I am. We've talked before. I'm up in, go up the A56 for about 4 miles north of, northwest Manchester, and that's where I am.
Yeah, I know exactly, yeah. It's, I used to, a long time ago now, I used to live in Chadderton. I had a house in Chadderton, and opposite Pratt's. I think I'm trying to think of the name. What's the name of that mill, Tony? That got bummed just up the road from there. That was the playground area. But I lived in Chadderton for a while, and that was the start of me buying houses, Mike.
Can't remember it, John. I know what he's on about. Massive place it was, weren't it?
Newfields Road. I'll tell you, used to have a wireless shop just up the road. Was G3. What was his called? The lad who did the loops, you know, I'm not talking about Tony, I'm talking about the spider things now. Well, his dad used to have electrical shop just up the road. Chadderton.
Yeah, I know you mean Steve Webb, yeah.
Steve Webb, that's the man, yes, the Webb antenna.
A few jobs round here, but I never took much bloody notice. I was running straight to the job, like, you know, on Princess Parkway and what have you, and round that area, you know. Well, that's other bloody place. Where's that pub called? I used to pass a pub going down that way, round that area. What's it, you know, Mike? It was a pub called the Three Arrows.
There's no 3 hours down Princess Parkway. The 3 hours is on Middleton Road.
That's it, Middleton Road, yeah, Middleton Road, yeah. Yeah, that was another, I worked around that area for a bit as well. Just down the road from 3 hours. I forget what they were doing there. I went down quite a lot.
Yeah, well, that's where the ring road is, the M60. That 3 hours pub now is a nursery.
Ah, yeah, that's it. It'd be that ring road, wouldn't it?
Yeah, you'd be working on the M60 going off from the Sinister Island, which is junction 18, where the M62 ends. The M62 goes right from Hull to Liverpool, but over North Manchester it's called the M60, between junction 18. Where the M60 ring road is, it's called the M60, and it's a diabolical system, as you know. Well, where you were working at, I bet you were about 94, 95, was it?
Yes.
That's right. Well, that's when they continued from the M62 round to Stockport on the other side of Manchester.
You get lost now round there now if I went round.
Well, there's no enjoyment on those motorways, I'll tell you.
Oh, I certainly would, because it was at the back of the houses there was all the lodges with the water and God knows what for the mills. Is all built up now, I should imagine.
Do you remember Schwab's chimney, John?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we were talking about that the other night. Well, some guy bought it for a couple of pounds, you know, and he took about 4 years knocking it down.
Oh, dear.
he thought he could just knock the bricks down through the hole from the top. But of course, somebody said, oh, sorry, you can't do that, because if you drop a brick down from 350 feet down a chimney, it sets up some kind of air vibration that like causes chaos.
Right, that's what old Fred Dimble used to do, wasn't it? They all that thing, but he used to do with, he used to light a fire, cut a hole and light a fire in it, and then drop bricks down.
Yeah, but he was knocking him down completely in one go. But this bloke had to knock the chimney down from the top, one brick at a time, because the chimney, if you can remember, was right by the main drag.
Okay.
I don't think he did so bad out of it, because I think the bricks were worth a few bob.
And did he achieve the goal?
He finished the job, he said.
I didn't hear what you said.
Did he finish the job?
Oh yeah, I think he's just passed away a year back or something like that. Oh yeah, he knocked it down and he shifted all the stuff, and I think he built something on the land, so he did quite well at it overall.
When the weird thing used to happen when I was working around that area. I was going to work one morning about 7 o'clock, and there was a guy stood at the side of the road, an elderly chap. For me then, must have been his 70s, 70 odd, plumbing it, and I says, where are you going? He says, are you going with Manchester, like? I says, aye. He says, just going out to Preston. I used to have a chat with him, and I used to drop him off. He told me he had a girlfriend there, and he used to go and see his girlfriend. He used to thumb it to bloody Manchester, and sometimes I'd drop him off and say, stop him there now. I says, well, we're coming back about 6 o'clock, like, and I used to pick him up on way back, and it happened a few times that. It was weird, it was right a weird setup, mate.
Did you wake up then? He wasn't a guy.
Was that somebody from Preston?
Yeah. He lived at Losty Hall, just outside Preston, and there was a road, just it weren't so far from where I lived, only about, because I lived at Losty Hall, and it was only about 500 or 600 yards up road. There's a row of houses, about 6 or 7 houses, that back onto a brook, and you can't drive down to them. There's no, there's a footpath where you can come off the main road and what have you, but it's just a footpath, and the backs went to the brook, so there's like isolated, I suppose that's why I didn't have a car, because there's no way around there. You wouldn't be able to take a car down there. And he used to be stood on the left-hand side of the road that morning when I was going to work. Not every morning, but once every week or two I'd spot him there. And there he was, he was going to bloody Manchester to see his girlfriend.
That was nice. I'm trying to think, but where the lunatic asylum is quite big. I think it's the biggest one that we used to be in Lancashire. That's Preston, or it might be in the boundary of Preston, but I used to go to a restaurant there with a buddy of mine who I was in the army with, and he lived not too far. I'm trying to think of the place where he lived. He'll come to me in a minute. He was an Italian thing. He was probably male.
I know, yes, yeah. I know we had the funeral service there. Not the service, after the funeral, after my daughter's husband died. The hospital was at Whittingham. It was Whittingham Hospital, and it was on the Longridge Road going out to Preston, right? between like a Gooseney, like, because the lunatics used to go into the local pub there, like, you know, the two good pubs there. But that Italian place there, the bloke that owned it was, I know it sounds a bit stupid and corny, but the bloke that owned it was a bloke called Tony. And what you do, same as if if you're going along the A6, so you come off the motorway there onto the A6, at Broughton, you go up the road for a couple of miles and you turn right as if you're going to Longridge. You go under the other motorway bridge, and the Italian, it's on there's quite a bit of a drive that goes to it. You turn right onto a bit of a drive. It's quite a big place, Italian restaurant. I'm just trying to think what the bloody name of it is gone out of my head. But as I said, he was a good friend of my daughter's husband, and after we the church service, we all went there for a meal, like, you know.
Yeah, that's strange, that is, isn't it? That's exactly the same place, though, because that's Longleat or whatever it is. It's that's where my buddy used to live, and when we was on. What we used to do was, when we was on leave, we'd go to different areas. Sometimes it might be Scotland or whatever, and but we used to like it there, because I said I like that place because of the Italian restaurant, because you used to see those who'd say, oh, come over, and it was Tony, his name was, you are right.
Well, he's got another place now. It's two places now. He's one just up the road from me, about half a mile up the road. It used to be the Rose and Crown pub, where the Hangman had it. Bigger point, he had it for a bit, just up the road here. But now it's an Italian restaurant, and Tony still owes them both if he's still about, because he'll be he's probably a little bit younger than me, but it's a lovely place, and all the stock, you know, the food's always served well and what have you, and it's got a big car park outside and a nice atmosphere, and it's clean and what have you, you know. But he was a really good mate of Dave's, and because Dave left his son, he had some quite valuable football memorabilia, and Dave left Tony's son all his football stuff in his will.
Oh, very good. And talking about ages, I never mentioned, or I will mention it now, of course. He was all talking about Dave's age. Oh, he's meant to be listening, by the way, so me and you was right, Tony. He's 71 now, Welsh Dave. Somebody's in the background there, behind the bushes. Pops his head up again, I'll put the red spot on him.
I'm trying to think of the name of it. It's called Franco's, but I'm sure it had a different name before.
No, I'm not talking about Franco's. That's Tony's place, that is. I'm on about Welsh Dave now. We was talking about his age the other night. Me and you said he's around about 70. Today I asked him and he said he's 71.
That's what I didn't think he was 71, you know. But anyway, I know he just turned 71.
Franco's is the restaurant owned by Tony.
That's it, yeah. I just looked it up on thing. I couldn't remember his name. I couldn't remember the name of the restaurant, you know. Yeah. It's a good place, you know. Apart from going there for Dave's funeral, and when I mention Dave's funeral, I'm talking about another Dave. After the meal and everything, there were hundreds of people there at that funeral, and his job, he used to import pigs and what have you from Denmark and stuff like that, and process them and then sell them to all the butchers and what have you, all over the place, you know. But yeah, but my wife used to go. We've been quite a few times, and because you know, in fact, many a time my wife's been there, and Tony's come along and put a couple of drinks or a bottle on the table, and I said, "What's this, Tony?" He says, "Oh, it's just compliments without paying for it." So it suited me, John.
Yes, it's the lad that I'm talking about, who I used to go up there with. He was Italian descent anyway. He's probably only Wolverhampton probably knows. Maturities, they used to do all the go around the butchers or sharpen all the knives originally, but they've got an hardware and whatever, different places in. But unfortunately he's dead now, and now, strangely enough, his name was Tony, another Tony, but a wonderful guy he was, one of my best pals, Tony Matura.
Yeah. The lad at school that we played Italian in our class at school, and his name was Tony, and his name was Tony Massaro.
About that, that's right. Now, funny enough, he was, my buddy went through all that lot with us, you know. He was in that lot in 53. All the way through. He married Janet. I can always remember this lovely looking girl that married, and it's just, this is what we'll talk about from time to time. You probably hear I'm reminiscing, as my beautiful granddaughter keeps giving me these scoops, you know. Oh, you like if you have a few scoops, Tony, you know. And he came with he used to do this. His dad started in Small Heath, funny enough, with a grinder on a bike. If I could tell you stories, I'll tell you what, if I was in the bow, I'd have you in stitches. His dad used to have the grinder, and we used to have another one. In Liverpool, this was we used to call him, what was his name? He had a sombrero on. Scored Ken, we used to call him. Remember, his son was cheeky to me once. He knocked him to spark out, but that was another only big laugh. Well, I took a shot to somebody else, but missed. And because I had a few jars. And you see, but we haven't laughed about it, but Sasco kid he was, and he had a big sign on him, and a big and he used to, all the Sascos he used to change with all the weights on. His mate was Tony Maturi's dad, all the Maturi's family, and all over the Midlands. They moved down to the Midlands from Liverpool. And, they had a shop then by the Blues Ground eventually, but they must have gone to Wolverhampton because they used to do all the butcher shops all over the Midlands.
Interesting. I'll tell you what, that brings back some memories, John, because something, I go along like, and there'd be a bloody rows and rows of old terrace houses, and you put a wire up through the bloody front door and out to the back and fasten it on back, and they used to fall like a stack of dominoes, But I was always on the lookout for the old window frames coming out and mooching about, where you should be very careful, because you used to get the lead weights out off the sash cord, and there was a fair bit of lead in them, a couple of them, like, you get about 8 and you've damn nearly an 100-weight, like, a lead, like. I've very some memories of those leads. Some of them were bloody cast iron, no good them, like, but most of the old houses always used to be lead sash cord weights, about a foot long, they weren't quite heavy, Yeah, that brought back some memories. Or when you mentioned flash cord weights and the Cisco kid. Everybody has a nickname, and it weren't so bad at school. I was always Ashy, because of the second name, like, but there one or two of them at school had a bit more derogatory names than that. Anyway, better get it back to Mike. He's been very quiet to Tony. Have you nothing to say, you two buggers?
He wasn't. He was talking, but you wouldn't let him in. That was working rocks. It's Sash scored, kid, I said. Go ahead, Mike.
Yeah, I know what you mean, John. It's all right. We have it all the time, you know, the score. Yeah, we used to have a knife sharpener around here, saying scripts on a bike. we used to call him Piece of the Knife Sharpener, but that was when I was about a 5-year-old. And we had a Maltese bloke on a horse and cart for the Ragbone Man. And I'll tell you what, he had the loudest voice of any bloke you've ever heard in your life. Forget Sergeant Majors, this bloke for Ragbone, you could hear him in the street down the road, never mind on your street. And his horse and cart was the filthiest thing you've ever seen in your life. And then when I grew up and went in the local pub, God, I walked in the vault, and there he was, suited and booted, and I'll tell you what, he looked the smartest bloke in the town.
Oh, fuck, you're saying that now. You knew I was brought up in Scotty Road in Liverpool, and my buddy, funny enough, he came in the army with me, nearly come out the army, but you know what he used to say? Them rag and bone men, they used to give you a goldfish, didn't they, if you remember? So he used to rip jumpers off anyone that was walking past. Well, I think about him now, he's hilarious. How the hell he ever got? Anyway, he was in my mum in the... We went through a lot together, but he was a character. But I can always remember... Them rag and bone men people, they all used to have a bowl of goldfish. He used to dip his hand in and pull one out and eat it.
Oh, God.
you were living it up there. We used to get a donkey stone here if you were lucky. This bloke was a Maltese. He was a Maltese bloke.
Well, you know about their station there.
Well, you won't believe this, but this is true as I say. The rag and bone, the one famous rag and bone fella in Preston was a fella called Tommy Tracy. And he was a wonderful singer. And he was on that Carol Levis's Discovery on television. And television people give him a few bob and parceled them up, and he smartened him up a bit, and he was through to the next round, and they bought him a new suit, and he come and pawned it and never went back again to a Tommy, a right character, a Tommy. I should tell you a few stories about that, but I can't remember whether it was him or some other rag and bone man come down the street one day with a load of decommissioned 303 rifles on his thing. And for a load of rags, if you give him a load of woolens and stuff, especially woolens, you'd have to give him a fair bit. He'd give you one of these bloody rifles. So where the hell he got them from, God only knows.
Well, they used to bring them home then, Tone, and my uncles brought them home then, and that's all in the... stood against the wall by the umbrella thing going there. Oh, it's 303s, and well, Tony Dudley will probably tell you they was all over the place, 30. And there was different ones. Do you think you was talking about the clearance and the German bombers, the Jerry's years ago? Where Alan lived, now you're talking about Alan, he was, whether he was born around that area, or I know he lived as a child, not too far away from the BSA. Now the BSA big factory, there was the motorbikes and what have you, Fred knows more about motorbikes than I do. I only had playing good mounted on a M21 in Africa, but that's another story. The target was the small arms division. The BSA used to make a lot of small arms fire. Anyway, Jerry's knew about that, of course, and they tried to bomb it, but they hit the big factory, and there was a lot of people from Lancashire who came down for work before and after the war. But before the war, in particular, as you know, and Mike knows. And they got jobs and they worked hard and got houses and what have you, but that was their target, so their daughters sons was working in the big place a bit on the motorway, but the small arms division. I know exactly where it was, but it was the Armory Road, and that was a nice name to call it. But that was their target, you see. So they missed the barrage room. They hit the big BSA one time. And that was just down the... Alan used to live just off Walford Road, and probably Tony would know about Walford Road, because they used to be... I'm not sure how old Tony is now. Of course, I'm going back a bit. January, I'll be 87, so I like it when Eddie calls me the young lad.
Yeah, we were lucky up here at Preston. We never, I can't remember, I can only remember little tiny bits of that happening, or one or two things, but there's what I remember my grandmother telling me that Lord Haw come on one night, and he actually mentioned that there were two big factories in Preston. There were Dick Kershworth, which went to English Electric, making aeroplane parts, and GEC were across road. And it's surprising what he knew, and she said that he come on one night and said that new people working at the Dick Kershworth in Preston don't think we've forgotten about you.
Yes, well, you know what happened to, without going into it too much, but you know what happened to my mother, of course. She got us all in the shelter, and she run back to get bedding for some neighbours' kids. That was in Liverpool then, and of course, we never seen her again, because the house was bombed, and that was the end of her, but that was my mother gone, and the next thing I know, that you know, my dad was, I think 2 days, wasn't it, some at the end of the war, 2 days before the end, my dad was also killed, but letting people get out on this particular area, and he shot a flamethrower in, and the only way they could get him out was burn him out, and that's what they did. But he left, got all his stuff in history, and he saved about 200 blokes, I think, but he stopped behind and opened fire on them, but they burnt him out. They sent a flamethrower wagon in and let him have it by that.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that was me then, Tony. I could start up and look after myself.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I know Liverpool got bad, like, because they reckon that you could see sky glowing around Liverpool from Preston.
I was only a lad, of course, but
my old man was stationed on the pierhead in the May 41 Blitz at Liverpool, John. He was in the he started off life in the Fusiliers, but then he went on to anti-aircraft. He was from Liverpool, he then went to Roach Bridge in Gardy, Preston, then he went to Barrow, and then he went up to Scapa Flow.
It's funny that is, Mike, you're saying that now. It's just on my mother's side, my father's side was Liverpool. Mother's side was Whitehaven in Cumberland, but they came down at me, you know that. That just shows that how families was then. We was talking earlier about doctors, the way things were, and the way they actually came down. There was me, my brother. We was obviously we did what we were doing. They came down from St. Bede's and Whitehaven, a few of them actually, to get work. Also, on the way through, I could also remember there was, I was having a fight at St. Anne's School, Manchester. And I run out, anyway, I run out, and this car pulled up. This big hand come out and dragged me in. And anyway, I'm going under this. It shows how that they looked after. So my granny looked after me then. So then we went to Lancashire then. And there we was in obviously Liverpool and anyway, the story got. It will take me. I could wish you, Tony. You stand at the bar, having a few scoops, and I'll tell you stories, and I'll have you in stitches, and I'll make you cry.
John, yeah. Well, we're more or less not because of bereavement or anything like that, but my father, as I said, my father was only 17 years older than me, and my mother only 16 years older than me, and my father went RAF, and the only ground crew, he weren't pilot or, you know. And my mother worked at a local aircraft factory, so for all that time, when I was same as you virtually, it was my grandmother, my grandfather that brought me up till I was like 5 years old.
Right. Well, tell me this then, because I can't work it out. Most of, obviously, my uncles and what have you, a few of my uncles died, and in that, they could always have, they had a few jars, and there was a piano in the corner, and they could always, anybody, there was always somebody, whether it be a granny, your uncle, your friend, or could always play the piano, and every time they had a few jars, they could always sing and everything. What was that? That was absolutely amazing to me, that was.
Nobody ever asked me to sing, John.
Yeah, 7KG.
He asks it all the time normally. He will always say, give us a tune, Darren. But you think about your aunties, you know, and Mike in Lancashire. All Lancashire people had somebody in the family that could either play a clarinet, a piano, and they could always jump on and do a turn. In Liverpool, it was always the same. Even if you had no shoes, you could play the piano.
Yeah.
7KG.
Hiya, John. Just a quick one, I'll get you in, John. Yeah, there was Frank Witherington in the pub. The woman used to play piano, and he used to play spoons. And my Uncle Bill, he was pretty good on the concertina. He had a concertina, and he used to play the concertina. But we know nobody at family who played piano. You say Uncle Bill with his concertina, you know. Good evening, John.
Yeah, hello, Tony. Hi, John. Hope you're both keeping well.
Well, John, you'll have to excuse me if I think I'm out of order, but I might be, but I don't really care. But I've got my granddaughter from London. I thought, well, I'm really on there, because she wasn't there, but she came back. And she noticed there was, well, we all watched England win, of course. And then she kept giving me large whiskies. So if I was sound a bit different than normal, I'm sure you know what that sounds like, because you've been in the party for some time.
You mean you're at off?
Well, not yet, no, but I'm enjoying this. It keeps giving me large ones. Well, it's a wine glass. You got the glass wrong, but she's a wonderful, beautiful girl. And she makes it, you can't, the only thing you can do when you chip your arm, put it to your lips, otherwise it'll spill down your chin.
At some time I'll be over. You must introduce me to your granddaughter. I reckon she could be good company for us, John. I mean, not just for me and you and her. We'll hit the bar.
She's just smiling there, but of course she's only up for a few days because she's bought an house I was explaining to Tony. But anyway, this is Kerry talking to, but she's waving her arm now. But she...
Hi Kerry, I'm John. I'm in Donegal, Ireland, and I'll bring over a bottle of Jameson's Black Barrel for your granddad, and I'll help him drink it because I'm a nice person.
Well, she said she's not... I wouldn't give him all this with. That makes him funny.
Anyway, I bought another motorbike.
Have you? Well, that's... Always remember this, John, you know. Somebody said on here once, I was listening, because sometimes I listen. I'm doing a bit too much talking tonight. That's allowed now and again. Because there's some people who'll come on here, all they do is talk. Sometimes they get running away with so much talk, they forget how important the rest of the world are. You know, it's people do different things in life. A lot of people forget that, or they don't want to remember that, but it's still a brilliant frequency, 1933, and that's been for a good few years now. I think it's probably one of the best, because most people will come in and out. Anyway, I have a few and talk too much, but it's good. And one of the things I always respect people who feel what they are and what they say, and I can read between the lines. I always remember you see, when this silly breakup was. Breakup's nothing. It was the attitudes and whatever, which was totally wrong. And it's always balanced. Attitudes that are wrong in life will always level. It's like, if you think of the whole world, really, attitudes of some people, they think they're something, not level. And I remember what you said. I'll go, well, I like 1930. I like a joke and a think and a... Always on there, I've been around a bit, and you're right. We have. When I think of it, we've just been talking now. I'm talking too much. Your fault, Gary. We've been around a long, long time. Yeah, I always used to say years ago to Eric, we're just sitting around the bar, having a few jars. Everybody's right, and we used to go into technicals. All used to join. All used to be. If people wanted to go on a different frequency, that's marvellous. But then it started to run this down, run that. That's nothing. I always remember one thing about a certain person from Ireland. Not saying they're Irish, I know where you come from. You stood up and said, look, they're great people. I'll go where I want to freak. I'll join them because I like talking to them. That's what I appreciate. That's a man, not a mouse.
Oh, well, yeah. And I still talk to Tony Preston despite everything, John.
No, but he's marvellous.
Oh, the story about somebody. There's a fella called Thran John here, and Thran means awkward, and his wife had been ill, and my pal only said, how's your wife, John? I goes, oh, she's marvellous, marvellous. And my friend only found out later that day the poor woman had died the night before, but her husband was that threatened, he wouldn't even tell him.
Harry just said you may be interested. Person to talk to, I don't know how. She's got, she's just bought her own house. A barrister, a good friend of mine. Long story, the boys know I'm there now. I've told them earlier, but she just listened to you and she just said that bloke might be interesting to talk to, Grandad.
Who said that?
Yeah, he's just pouring me drinks.
Oh, hi, Gary. Yeah, okay, you keep pouring him drink. And make sure you got a copy of the will for him to sign.
She's on the only reason, Joe. No, retracted it. At first she said she's the daughter of my son's, my youngest son who died, you know. And she said, Grandad, I just look at you talking. Ain't my dad's a spit. Well, she said the opposite way round, but that's another. And she said, I just listen to what you say. They're all doing well, but it's a bit of a chain now. No, she just said, she loves your accent. She's over there, but anyway, they've just bought, only knows, and the rest of the lads in there, but she was renting a place, and her and the barrister bought an house in London, and she's up there for a few days, and I didn't expect it, but I didn't want to. He keeps whoever marries must be a wonderful, lucky man.
Yeah, I'd love to have been a barrister, but circumstances where it couldn't happen. But I don't know if it'd been any good. I'm argumentative enough, but my cousin, it's commercial law. She's Dublin barrister, an English barrister, and a New York attorney. And she seems to be doing fairly well out of it.
Wouldn't like you defending me, I'll tell you.
Sorry, there's a double there.
I wouldn't like, if you were a barrister, I wouldn't like you defending me. There's no chance I'd get old.
I work Voxjon.
I wouldn't defend you, Preston, I'd hang you.
I work Voxjon, you know it wasn't me, doubly.
Yep. What did you say, John?
That's the difference, I am a bit quick as well.
No, but you said something when Tony came on top of you.
Proper Vox.
Sorry, I doubled with you that time.
I can hear. Still here. Don't miss a trick. I gave me now. Oh, don't. Oh, she's coming again. She says she's just his common face. The poor self-alive works out there.
You know I sort of got me where you're still going, don't you, Paul? John?
Anyway, I forgot where we was. Wait. You broke in, so you must have been listening, so trying to retract now, or do a bit of Italian, go backwards. I wish Tony had a few hours tonight. He pretends that when he's at a jar, he doesn't change. That's like somebody going down the motorway, you know, and they go, I can drive anywhere. I always talk the same, drive the same. And they say, well, put this... I can remember that a pal of mine, you know, John, years ago. He was in the army, really, a bit of a lunatic, see? I said to him, oh, it was a policeman. He's blowing to this bag and he says, what's the matter? Your chips are off.
I don't actually ever listen, Long John. I'm turned on, I might hear a couple of overs, and then I call in, because I don't actually like listening without saying I'm there.
Oh, you know what happens, don't you?
You hear bad things about yourself, so it's better to just break in, then you won't hear them.
Oh, years ago, there used to be a comic I can always remember. It was again in Liverpool. There was Tony probably remember. There was, and I'll tell you somebody who does in Manchester. There was this woman. I don't know if it's a woman or a girl. They had a twisted nose, and they called her Keyhole Kate.
That was in one of the comics.
Did you remember that? Tony, all the Lancashire lads could Keyhole Kate.
Okay, yeah.
It was a dandy albino.
Oh, wait, well, it was one of them things, but it was a Keyhole Kate. And I thought the designer was, funny enough, the architect to it was a Preston bloke. Well, I'm trying to think of his name. Anyway, I don't think it was Aston, but he might have been proud of it. Oh, she said. Ellie said, I'll give you 5 large ones. Now you've got to go to and select one for me. I'll be back in 2 seconds.
If he can hear us, Kerry, but when he comes back, tell him to tell us what sort of whiskey you're feeding him. Anyway, how are you keeping, Tony?
Yeah. I'm all right. Like, you know, I nearly finished up as a barrister, you know.
Mm-hmm.
I got a school report once, and so in the headmaster wrote on it, if Tony carries on like he's doing, he'll finish up behind bars. And before I give it to my mother, I cross the S off the end.
Quite right. I like that.
The boy.
I would love to have done it, but when I was, that age, you had to live in London. You couldn't, you had to have somebody support you, or support you for going up and down. And there's no way my parents could have done that.
Grand Figgy.
Come on, John.
Grand Figgy.
Grand Figgy. Anyway, what sort of whiskey is it?
I think he means Glenfiddich.
No, I say Grand Figgy.
Oh, Glenfiddich. Hi, Fred. Was that Fred?
I think that's what I said. Hey, what do I know what I said? I've just drunk a bottle of it.
I think your tongue was sort of twisted the wrong way round, John.
Well, I can't blame it. It happens, you know. Remember, I haven't had a drink for 4 years. Well, I have had a drink before. I was in Africa. I had a glow tip, which you wouldn't know. Nobody knows what that is. Only normal people. Well, not normal people of Africa. You used to call them sheikhs. If you was in Africa, you'd have, I'm talking about townships or sure what. You have villages, you see, and you have, I love to see people like me because I'm mad. And they give me shakes. That's what it is. I eat it, it's like a carton of... But, I'm trying to explain. It's very hard, you know. If you go to the supermarket, you have a milky thing. Carton of milk, them things. Well, in Africa, you can go into townships, or you can. Remember, you're on the continent. You could be in Land Rovers, walking like we used. Like I love to do. Anyway, discretion. In the shaky, you went to the village and they're laughing, their cheers are beautiful. Like a bar. They call them shakes. They're in them plastic You put milk in, shake, liven them up, you shake, and as you shake them, of course, breaks alcohol, which all in the bottom of milk. And we call them shakers. So that's where I normally live. With shakers, all in teeth, beautiful people.
What's the best time of year to go to Namibia?
Namibia, the best time you will ever have to sing that. Let me just explain something to you. This time, you want to go to Namibia. When I'll meet you off the plane. Over.
Right, yeah, well, we'll talk about it because we're planning holidays for next year and, well, Namibia's on the list. So, yeah, I'll give you a shout over the next few weeks anyway.
Oh, I'll tell you something. I will say this, son. I'm very well known. Only I'm going back. I'll go back probably 3-4 times a year. But I'll make sure that you and your wife have the greatest time ever had in your life. And you'll see what Africa is about. You can even go out with my pals, aircraft. I'll drive you over Africa to see what a country looks like. I'll also talk to you as a human being to see how people can destroy a beautiful, beautiful world. And I'll introduce you to people who can protect it, will protect it, they'd rather die.
Well, I'll be talking to you again about that. Look forward to the conversation and look forward to seeing you there.
Well, they're often, you know.
Well, hopefully I'll see you in Meriden or somewhere nearby in the next month or two, because I've got to go across to England. Because my pal Alistair is getting on and he's not great, and him and I have been friends for so many years. We met the day we took our amateur exams. We met in the cafe that day, and everybody was standing outside shaking their worry, and we were just having a coffee, met each other, and we've been friends ever since.
Who are you talking about now?
A friend of mine, Alistair. I've got to go over to Nottingham to see him because he's not really very well. But I'm saying I met him when I did my amateur exam, which was 81 or 83, I'm not sure which. And I met him then, and we've been friends ever since. And we actually ran a property company together for a while.
Alistair what? Who's Alistair?
G6, he's not on the radio much these days. G6VR. Oh, God, I can't remember his call sign now.
Doesn't make any
difference. But Alistair Baxter, anyway.
Anyway, we're talking Tony.
I'm still here, John.
In Lancashire. Listen, Lancashire's there. But they're not saying enough. Oh, Lancashire's there. No, the accent's a big difference, but you gotta think of where that is. About that. There's a difference, people, Tony.
Yeah, definitely, yeah.
Have you noticed, John? I'll tell you what. Who's in the bar, you walk in, put his arms smack next to my stall, and we hit the top. Your left doesn't make any difference. Point is, people who talk, people who stand, do everything. I think that's a good word, Nout. Only remember Nout. Not Nout. No Nout. And you know Nout. Come out. Think. They can talk. Embroider the conversation because says, well, a radio and system. I can remember beautiful lad dies. Thing was on about the bombing. House was and into a coffee shop. There was a giving off I don't know what. Some broadcasting. However, I don't know. Through their technology, my brain, non-existent. War had just killed my mum. Who do you think? Who life grown up? Anybody saying this? You don't know how people live. They live in an area. Wonderful, we all go through the same. Don't run them down. Don't run them up. They're your pals. They live like Fred lives by the canals. Nice. They live just off the straight your pals. All together. When you start to argue, I'd stick together. Beat the world. Eat it. Make that's good. Make it faster. Teach people literature. Teach nice things. You know there's going to be bad things. That's what we do. English, Irish, Welsh, stick together. Stop arguing. Running people down is like running yourself over. Amen.
Right, Joe.
Of course I'm right, because we're all beautiful. We're all human beings.
I'm trying to find call sign, and it's not coming up, and I wonder if he's not on QLZ. I must ring him. So maybe not this time of night.
Oh. When you look at things, the atrocities that happen in the world now, Ukraine and Russia, you now should start to stick.
Well, all I can say is I don't think anybody realised just how bloody evil Putin was.
Well, I did, John. I know now. Going out to the world. If they don't do nothing.
Erdogan in Turkey, he's doing this pretending peace thing, that he's about as trustworthy as a bloody Putin.
You know the unfortunate part about it, John? Oh, sure. Oh, that's Kelly's just it. Because her dad, her dad was in the palace and, you know, on my regiment. How the government had learned this aloud. Every country in the world should just kill in and slaughter. Some different. Oh, shit, okay. He just said, Granddad, you're getting excited. Right.
Well, I must admit my attitude towards India and Pakistan and some of these other countries has changed dramatically, because they wouldn't condemn Russia, but they want support from the European Union and America, but they won't condemn Russia for invading Ukraine.
Yes, but it's all governments playing games. See, what you've got to remember, son, is this. You're old, isn't you? Other things, when you start politics in an army, lots of right people got their supply of electric. That's an army. An army doesn't. That's controlled by an arsehole. I'll tell you who the arsehole was years ago. He had a little thing under his nose. And they called it a little moustache from a little corporal. His name was Hitler. And he's doing the same thing. He's trying to wind up the world for a war. But the difference is there's intelligent people out there watching. They know what's happening. Trying to dive in. Generals.
Have you had a drink, John?
Yes.
Good on you.
Who's that? Who's calling me?
DCK.
Yes, I have. Stephen?
Yes?
You're bang on right.
Good. You sound good.
How can you tell?
It's very rare.
Give me some.
Years ago, I used to real play up, but yeah, my granddaughter's come up from London. She's giving me these Irish whiskies. So you're saying I'm allowed to drink them, mate?
I'll drink a lot.
What do you think of him, Steve? He's blaming his poor wee granddaughter.
I don't blame fucking nobody, son.
He's just drinking because he wants to.
Thank you.
Why not?
I reckon he's blaming his granddaughter.
I'll tell you what, Tosser. I'll come to visit.
You say don't come.
Tosser. Yeah, I don't pretend I come from... I'm an Englishman. Born, bred, Liverpool. Well, actually, yes, Liverpool, bred. A very... strange conversation. But also spent no time in Ireland. Leave.
Don't forget, John, Liverpool is an annex of Ireland. Don't forget, Liverpool's really part of Ireland, John.
No, that was what you thought was invented with songs. It's not the leaving of Liverpool that... Don't start. When people pretend, doesn't protect. I don't pretend nice. I was born in Liverpool. I've been around the world. Round and round and round.
There must be a wee touch of green in your blood if you're born in Liverpool, John.
I'll tell you something now, sonny.
Back in a second, John. I just can put dog out. Won't be a minute.
Which wish you is?
Go on, Tony. You're not saying much.
I'll tell you when I was Nicholas. I'm early on that. Side of the spot. Our greatest friends, people who wouldn't believe you, those troubling people. Send me compass. That's not me. I can remember the bomb. I'll never forget that. Good night. And I thought, John, talking to you, John, now, I know Steve's listening. Who should listen to? The same truth. When they see me, mums, mums. And I thought, well, Dad will be back in a bit. No vest, no shoes, socks, lift, nothing like that. And ain't there no course often. I run to the school, I said to this teacher thing, I used to call her thing, are you there? So she got me in the corner and I'm sorry, John, yeah, that's it. Think about that for a start. When people say, they know, John, fight you and eat you with a fucking lump hammer. What a joke. What a choice. Bite the throat out before they even lift it off the ground. I don't listen. I don't talk. My family is dead. I didn't do it. I never done that. I was a kid. I was a human being being born into the world. I didn't. No, that I'm the same as your child, anybody's child, and listen to me when I'm talking to you. Don't listen between the lines. Listen to me. I was born in the vast. But not only me, it was probably thousands of people. That's what they had to put up with, and they turned the tide that was coming in from. And when you mention Putin and that's what's wound me up now. And that's. You shouldn't have done that, John. I'm sorry, but you. I don't want to see you, Claire, doing this damn thing again. It'll be nice and.
I'm not sure what I said that wound you up, John.
Oh, that's what you said. Wind me up, but I couldn't have said it. Anyway, let me just. Let me just wind me up. He said. Alright. But I've been through a lot, John. Done with people. Done with nobody. Never. Or test. A regiment test. Yes.
Well, are you still going to be in there in Namibia if me and Judy come over?
No, you're coming to somebody beautiful. Got, just got me ahead. Got John and Steve at bedtime Saturday. Fancy. Oh, amazing now. Got 2 granddaughters. I'll be having myself, John, this year. Yes. I'm going to be having. Okay? Remember? 86? No. He said liar because January the 1st, never. I don't laugh at the balls off. But you flat, so. Oh, I'll play it up, you know, lovely.
If that bloody Scotch whiskey, you'd have been better off with Jameson's.
No, stop it. John, all it is this, son. All it is, I'll tell you what, if you're sitting next to me, telling yourself after, oh, God. When you meet me, you'll see your size doesn't meet your character and my brains.
We'll go on the chair in either Malta or Namibia, John. Or maybe both.
Namibia would be better for me because I'll introduce you to I've never seen, never heard of. No, you want to die.
That would be good. That would be brilliant.
Then you'll see Africa. You'll see old brain disappearing of a frontier of stars uncontrolled. You'll see a life. Once you can't angle. You'll see an angle that you can't fight. Only animal that can fight the king. Human. You'll find which is the longest living mammal. And you're standing in his shoes. That's the difference. Being an idiot, talking on, hang on, for stupid radio, or somebody on the other end of it. If somebody switched now, AW at 35 words a minute, I would know what they're talking about. If they switch talking Hungarian, I would know what they're talking about. If it was German, I would obviously know what they're talking about. Never take people as an idiot. My opinion of you, John, sometimes you stretch, but you're still a nice guy. I'll be pleased to meet you. I'll take you anywhere with me and drink with you. Not for a competition, conversation.
Yeah, well, I look forward to it, John. I'd enjoy it. Really would. I'm seeing the time, and I've got to be up at about 6 o'clock in the morning, so sorry to finish it, because I could stay here quite happily for another hour or two, but then I wouldn't be able to get up, so catch you tomorrow night, EI7AG.
Did Tony Preston know that? It's only me left.
Oh, I don't have DCK's here, but we got the Morse God with us.
Yeah, but I'm not even called in this. He said if you had a few drinks, I said yes. And that's it. Well, so what?
Are you still here, Tony?
I'll give you shit factory. Okay. Because he can't care at my age. Well, I'm doing it, I don't care. How many drinks of it? Who the hell does think they are? I've got a motorbike. And I went, not even interested. I've got a car that goes faster than any motorbike that's got there. A car that just runs forever off electric. They don't even know what I'm talking about. I've got electric coming out my ears. They don't even know what I'm talking about. What the hell are they? Who the hell do they think they are?
A friend of mine, John, he's called Sergei Malik, he's a Ukrainian, and they call him the fastest Ukrainian because he's got land speed records from the Salt Lakes, Utah, on various electric motorbikes he's built. So he's built them himself. I mean, he's got an engineering company, and I don't know exactly this. I don't know how they rate it, but he's certainly got various land speed records on an electric motorbike.
Yeah, you know we've done that. They just talk about things I don't even know. That's the corner. Listen, when you come, baby, you'll just say, I'll send you something in a bit. I got more electric stuff coming out of my ears. Okay, just said. Oh, Jay's arrived. You've been playing up. No, I've got Jay. I've got two granddaughters. They're all skilled. No, they're up with casualties, obviously, but she wants to know. Jade wants to know who I'm talking to, so you'll have to explain yourself, John.
Hello, Jade. I'm John. Live in Donegal in Ireland. They always take the mick out to me because I've got an English accent, Irish parents, but I was born in Glasgow, consider myself Irish, and they're always taking the mick out of me and giving me a hard time. Your grandfather's not the worst of them, though. And I just bought myself a new to me motorbike. I ride a Honda Goldwing, big motorbike, and enjoy it. And did Jade and Karen, I know some of you ride horses and some of you sing. I'm not sure which is which, so maybe you all do the same.
I4XIR, listening.
You still there, John?
I4XIR, TSL.
Somebody's talking to you, John.
Do you want to go again?
Somebody is talking to you.
Oh, G4 X-Ray India Romeo. Hi, I haven't got my screen up, so I can't remember the name, but I know we've spoken before. You're in Lisbon. How are you? EI7KG.
Thank you for coming back to the call.
You're about 4x6, 4x7. So not perfect, but I can hear you. I don't know if John in the Midlands can hear you. Can you hear him, John? What did he say?
No.
Well, that was a no. Sorry.
Still there, Tony? Still there, Mike?
Yeah, I'm still sitting on the 50-yard line, John.
Thank God for it. Thank God you're Lancashire.
This one's chatting away here.
No, you're okay, John.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm struggling with you, and there's 2 or 3 other stations, so can't really have much of contact tonight. But you are getting through, but not terribly strong. Normally you're a really strong signal with me, so I can't really hold it. It'd be rude to the other people on the net, but you're getting through, but not with your normal strength. EI7KD. Yeah, 7-3. Sorry to cut it short, but it'd just be a bit rude with the other guys here. So all the best, and we're sure to talk again.
That's very good, John.
Right.
Do you see how good you've done that, John?
You see, I'm a nice person. I'm not like Preston.
No, don't. Why do you say that, John?
I think Preston's a really bad person.
I think, you know what, I really think you are.
Everybody knows I like Preston. But don't tell him.
You are.
I don't know about that.
Right, hang on.
Oh.
You haven't
Anyway, I told you I bought a new motorbike, a new to me motorbike. I've had some building work done on the house, which is because a tractor caught my 213 cable and pulled a pole that's attached to my chimney stack down and cracked the chimney stack, so I had to have the bloody chimney stack replaced. Yep.
Yes, now you started.
Oh.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yes. Know what that is?
You're loud and clear.
Oh, yes. Oh, that is, John. Well, I tried to teach you. What's that called?
Well, you taught me them off.
I tried to teach you.
All right, sorry, well. Yeah, well, I was not too bad about it.
Oh. Learn it better now.
Yeah, well, I'll try.
CW, correct?
Sorry?
CW, that's Morse code.
Yeah, no, I know, yeah. No, I like CW. I don't use it much. I keep meaning to sit down and use it earlier in the day, but I'll be honest, I've had so many other things affecting everything really that I only get about an hour in the evening.
You're not talking about excuses. You still stand on. You as a person who
And I was there, and you was there. You got service, and you done the job. You done it. Okay. All these people who think they can do this and drag you. Remember this, son. Remember this from there. You can send. I don't listen to them sending CW. All I listen to them is complaining about how bad they was. But I've never heard them on CW. Oh, that. What's that telling you? Listen, when I get people through courses, teaching them Morse code, teaching them a language that will save lives. ICW can take over. No communications. The front line's finished. We twisted something. Anyway, you listen to all the cobblers who took out time. See, when I was teaching you, I've taught loads of people, see. But there was interest, there had to be it. I'm not saying a bit. Sometimes I get annoyed, you see. You shouldn't annoy me. I'm military. No, that's nobody right me. Since I was 16, I was in the military. Didn't annoy me. I wanted to be best.
Well,
You are a lovely lad.
Well,
The only thing he wished. I don't think he lost it. And it was a critical time. To carry on just to break over then you right operator. It doesn't make any difference. You're still a lovely person. Still a nice fat man that comes on your motorbike. A lovely bloke to stand up in a bathroom, get drunk with, have a joke, and have a fight down the way. It's just brilliant. Doesn't make any difference. You're a C-double operator. Well, it means your communication of things that happened years ago. Nowadays, I was in Elwood, you know. Elwood. I said, you sent him work. I don't know, man. Steve, who said I'm a bit pissed. I am a bit pissed, Steve. I'm stronger than you. I can send CW faster than you. Man to man, you're nothing, son. All you are is somebody who goes into a contest with a machine.
There, Steve.
I'm telling you, that's how he does. He goes into a contest with a machine, and if he thinks that's good, test me. I'm a professional operator. Test me. CW. Now. I'll get my key now going. On my hand. I built it for me. It's a trigger. That it's for... Yeah, so you would even know me, yeah. I'm a professional operator. Read, send, on my brain. Don't fucking machine me, arsehole. Don't ever think about it. I remember your daddy coming to one of my houses for a beam. And they heard me sending CW, and they said, talking to him, we should have been talking to him. They talk fucking down. What they do, John, is this. They got machines and computers and crap. I send from my hand, my fist. That's what I do. I was doing that, you see, when these little boys, John, well, you shouldn't, did you? I'm going to have a drink. You said I'm going to have a drink. You see, tell you what, John. You are right. Yes, I'm going to have a large one. Missy. You say, Robbie, Dad, you know where your dad is? That's my son, that's guys.
Oh,
anyway,
yeah, I know, John.
That's what I'm telling you, John, is this. They're all listening, son. If I want to get me on CW, come on now. Man to man. I've got my key ready now. Come on then. Let's see how good you are.
Well, I don't think Steve's about now, actually.
I don't
He's working quite hard at the moment.
They can't fucking ace me.
I think Steve's
I'll
gone
talk
now.
to him
He's
all
working
night
hard
long
these
on
days.
CW.
John, I think Steve's gone now. He's working hard these days.
Bollocks.
Anyway, John, I'm going to have to go. Sorry, mate, but I've got to get up soon. Well, not soon, in about 5 hours' time, so I need to go. Sorry about that, but I'll talk to you again soon, yeah?
Yeah, that's okay. Well, tell Steve bollocks. Well, he's got to go bollocks. They talk bollocks. All he does is run a machine to... he doesn't talk, see? He's a bollocks.
I don't know. He's not a bad fellow.
You, sonny.
He's not a bad fellow, John.
I'm not saying he's bad, but he broke in to make a comment. He's not in the queue, so if he's good enough, all he's got to do, John, is this. Challenge me on CW, on the radio, in front of you, Paul, or anybody. Just challenge me, CW, in front of all of you. Challenge me, one-to-one, CW, break in and do it. That's all you've got to do to see who's the best and who can do it. Don't give crap. All he does is cause crap. He's a crap CW operator. All he does, son, is using machines to, I don't know what they do. All I do, I'm FOC. I invented it. I'll talk to me all night long on the key, proper. And you can be a witness. Put him on, and I'll answer him. Amen. Okay, John? John, I love you.
Okay, cheers, John.
No,
I'll see you either in Malta, Namibia, or Meriden. Somewhere
you're not with me, son. I love you.
Yeah, take care, and good night to your granddaughters there.
No, John, you're not with me. I've seen this 4 times. I love you. I love you. And when you see what I've got, and when you see the... I think you'll give me a kiss on the cheek.
Well, I don't know about that.
Well, if you don't, I'll sack you.
Right, okay. I'll see you, John. All the very best. Take care.
Yeah, good night, fellas. Good night, John. I'll see you further down the trail. G3TCA up in Clear.
Well, I'll tell you what, Mike, thank God you're there, lad. Thank God. There's a Lancashire lad listening to me.
Yes, well, I've been listening, taking it all in, John.
Well, I'll tell you what, they've come up some crap down there, these arseholes. Mike, what you know?
I spent too long driving lorries and driving taxis, John. It all goes over my head, you know that.
You know what our scapes are like, don't you, when they start to wander up there. You know what I mean, when they start to wander the scapes up. They think they're somewhere else, you know. They don't even know. It's happening in Manchester. They don't know. We're in Piccadilly.
Was the capital of Ireland. They put Manchester as the capital of Ireland before
They've never seen
it
the
was.
past of bombing. I don't know how lovely are they. The difference is what you see if you look on the television. You know when they think they come from. And then looks the Manchester person. Beautiful is Manchester person. The accent is beautiful. Listen to that, look, squeeze, even got a signal. The north, it's so beautiful. They think that the north has got no countryside. But then they get out of the beds. Try to get Cumberland like this. North and south. You still there, Michael?
Yeah, I'm still here. It's hard copying though.
Well, that's the what's happening now, son, is propagation, you see. There's loads of people listening to me now, and I'll be talking about it for a million years. Oh, I'm smiling. I love it. I wish I let it. Anyone loves me. Love me for playing them stuff. Only's run away, gone to bed. I love it. I love you, Joe. OMG, Dougley, you still there? Hello, Dougley, here's my buddy. Big loads of guns everywhere. I don't get to. That was his newt. Years ago. I've got beautiful beers. How the hell these? Oh, I'll probably have to make an excuse tomorrow. 87. It's not. Ends yes. Don't give it a few. Future. That's got me. Probably this haven't. Do this. Anybody pissed or testing me with a lump hammer, I'll end up in his ass. What the hell do you have lump hammer at your front door for? You think you're a tough guy? Then broadcast it on the air. Bring your fucking lump hammer down here, son. I'm 86. I'll fucking break your head in. Head fucking end of broadcast.